offense and especially Jalen and his ability to kind of work with a limited clock against Vanderbilt?
I think the message for the players is anytime you don't win, you didn't do well enough. And so our job as an offense is to score one more point than the opponent, and we didn't do that this past Saturday. And so collectively very disappointed in that. We got to take advantage of the opportunities that we do get and capitalize on those, and we have more than enough opportunities to score more points, and we weren't able to do that. So there are a lot of plays that you're proud of, that the guys did a nice job and executed, but certainly we fell short in finding a way to win the game.
Emily Grace.
Coach, how much did your game management / plan get affected when the defense was unable to get off the field?
I think that's our job, just to take advantage of the opportunities we get, and the possessions where we didn't execute, they were very costly in the game, and you can't turn the football over. You have to flip the field when you're backed up. We weren't able to do that in those moments, and that was ultimately the difference in the game. And so those are the areas that we need to do a better job of maintaining the execution throughout the course of the game, and we're working tirelessly to solve those issues.
Go Matt.
Yeah, just what did they do well to limit Jalen's kind of rushing ability in that game?
We didn't run him as much. I would say just he had the one touchdown run in the red area, and just kind of how the flow of the game went. Some of the different things that we did, the ball just went to other people, and so that's just kind of how the flow of the game went, and kind of the plays that we called and the plays that we were executing, they weren't necessarily designed for him to run. There was a couple of them that he popped through there, and the other ones were more, kind of off schedule scramble type situations. So there weren't that many opportunities for him to run, and we didn't, call as many as maybe we've had throughout the, course of the game. But that's just kind of how the game unfolded.
Stay in the middle here. Let's go Mike.
What went into Gino coming into the game at right guard, and how do you think he played?
I just kind of echoed just what I said earlier. Anytime we don't win, nobody played good enough, nobody coached good enough, and I'm not saying specifically Gino. I just think collectively as a whole, you take accountability. We're going to continue to put the players in the game that deserve to play, that have earned that in practice, to try to maximize the group. And there's different reasons for that, and that's why. And so we thought Gino deserved an opportunity to play, and so he went in there and like the rest of the group, did some nice things, but obviously not good enough collectively.
All the way back, Ryan.
Coach, when the clock hit 0 for the loss, what have you seen since then with some of your leaders on the offense side of the ball to kind of step up in a hard time after this loss to Vanderbilt?
Well, we'll see tomorrow more specifically. Obviously we had a chance to be around the players yesterday and on the trip back, and early impressions were they were outstanding. I think it reveals the character of who they are, which is excellent. And certainly, the week of prep will continue to give them opportunities to lead in the way that I know that they will. And so I fully expect them to respond and continue to improve, learn from the errors and the mistakes, and move forward and be excited about competing this Saturday.
Jump to the left side, Steven.
Coach, there was an early, pick six in that ball game with Jalen came to the sideline. What was his demeanor like as you were talking to him talking to you, trying to flush that and move on?
Well, I was up in the box, so obviously I didn't see him face to face, but certainly there was communication, and he was great. He was, able to be 1-0 and move forward. And it was the third play of the game. There's a lot of football left. I'm pretty sure we were able to respond and score a touchdown on the next drive, if I remember correctly. So I thought his response was great, and he kept playing, and executed and did his job. So I didn't think that impacted him at all.
Let's go to Alex on the left middle.
Just philosophically, how do you think about time of possession, if that's a stat you even concern yourself with? And on the flip side of that, what do you think is holding back the running game specific to Haynes and Miller from having maybe more consistent success?
I think the game Saturday was a little bit unique that way relative to running the football. We did put ourselves in a hole early, and we were playing a little bit of catch up throughout the game, and so we didn't get maybe we were anticipating. Because I do think that there were some moments where we ran the ball well, you know, and Jaden had some good runs, and Justice had some good runs. It just kind of was the course of the game and how it was going. And so, you know, I think that's a point of emphasis to be more efficient and effective running the football. But I also know that, you know, you have to do whatever's required in the game to try to score points and win. And each game can kind of unfold, you know, a different way. And that's just kind of how the game went, you know, on Saturday. So.
We have time for a couple more questions, starting left side with Colin.
Hey Nick, how would you assess kind of the progress sort of that James Miller and Justice Haynes have made over the course of the first 5 games? How have they helped your offense? Would you like, you know, how do they kind of complement what Jalen Miller in the past games through the first one?
I think they've both been effective and super helpful on our offense, and I know that that will continue to be the case. It's a long season. There's lots of football to still be had, and you know, obviously, you know, they both have had some great moments and found the end zone and helped us. There's no doubt, and I also think they're doing a great job without the ball as well. You know, some of the perimeter runs that they're involved in blocking, they've been outstanding. Some of the blitz pickup and their eye discipline has been outstanding. And so, those are two great players, and you know, their attitude's been great, their work ethic's been great. I know they're going to keep, you know, improving and taking advantage of the opportunities that they get. And so, we're happy with where they're at, and just like I mentioned, you know, with everybody else, you know, nobody did well enough, you know, and so I know for everybody, you know, not just those guys, but every position, every coach knows that you got to do better, you know, and find a way to win. So that's kind of been the message. And I would just say, you asked about time of possession. I didn't answer that. You know, I think ultimately, you know, you want to be in control of the game, and you do that by executing and getting first downs. And so I think some of the you know, lopsidedness relative to that was the 4 possessions where we didn't execute. You know, that would have allowed us to have more opportunities, more plays, and more time of possession. So, you know, I think at the end of the day, you know, you want to be in control of the game. You know, if you score fast, that's part of it. You know, you're not going to stop the guys from doing that. We've had a lot of short scoring drives this season, which sometimes, you know, can, you know, sway the clock one way or the other. But I certainly think you want to be in control of the game and be able to execute and get first downs.
All right, thank you, Coach.
Okay,
Appreciate it.
thanks for all that.